10 years BraZing Bull. A journey through a decade filled with musical adventures. Join us on a trip back in time through the eventful history of these 5 guys from the hood who accumulated numerous experiences over the course of a decade. Sit back, grab a drink of your choice, and enjoy the upcoming minutes. After the dissolution of their previous bands, including Obsensifer with Tim, Robin and Colin, Julie's Sally's Birthday Massacre, and Arne's Project Become Insane, the 5 guys pondered their next move. In 2013, they collectively decided to form the new metal band that would soon be known as BraZing Bull. Their first rehearsal space, an occasionally damp boiler room at Robin's grandma's, became the breeding ground for their creative gatherings. Arne, emerging as the creative force of the band, composed the majority of the initial songs, drawing inspiration from nostalgic nu metal giants, while always infusing his own influences into the creative process. The finished demos were then refined by the band members, each contributing their unique charm. Beyond rehearsals, they spent legendary evenings together. Once they had enough material, they took to the stage in their hometown of Itzehoe, specifically at the Lbar, the place where they would later celebrate their 10th birthday and other successes. A beast named BraZing Bull was born. Further gigs in the region followed, and gradually they earned a reputation in the North German scene. Even back then, they experimented with their appearance, incorporating early special effects like blacklight makeup. A handcrafted bull's head made from a wheelbarrow, old chains and various creative materials became a highlight of their stage presence, complete with glowing eyes and nose smoke. In 2015, they participated in the local Heroes Band contest, making it to the state finals. The jury's feedback inspired them to further refine both their live performance and playing style. How sweet they were back then. The size of the crowd in front of the stage didn't matter to them. Whether it was 20 or 500 spectators, they always had the energy to unleash the bull. In 2016, they released their first EP, recorded in a home studio with drums from a drum machine, guitars and bass, added through overdubbing, and Tim screaming into a makeshift setup that barely qualified as a microphone, much to the dismay of the neighbors. The EP's cover was also self-assembled, revealing the band's logo for the first time. A first-class EP release party followed at the Lbar in Itzehoe, the place where it all began. Due to a new job, Julie had to cut his dreads, but unwilling to part with them on stage, he promptly sewed them onto a mask, an outfit he maintained for a while. Looks pretty cool, though. Meanwhile, the US election campaign was in full swing. The boys filmed a video for their smash hit, America, initially without intending to make a political statement. The video was uploaded by Hardcore Worldwide and, thanks to clickbait thumbnails, has garnered 47,000 views to date, a huge success. In 2017, they received an invitation for an Eastern European tour from a dubious Czech booker. The tour promised only a few €100 in expenses for 10 days and 10 performances. What do you do in such a situation? You go for it and have the time of your life. They still loved telling stories from that tour. Everything was somehow different in the Czech Republic, from the fee, food, to the accommodations, they consistently received only half of what was promised, forcing the guys to share many things. Accommodations ranged from hostels and private rooms to a facility for drug addicts with bars on the windows. In the last night, they were accommodated in an apartment with weapons on the wall, not a single working computer, and a host likely involved in dubious mafia activities. Nevertheless, they survived this adventure, which bonded the guys and left them with vivid memories. More gigs followed across northern Germany, including the Junge Bühne der Kieler Woche, where videos aus dem Container, from the container, were created. They also developed a liking for celebrating the final song of a show with many participants from the evening on stage. Stage presence was further refined, transforming the stage into a crime scene inspired by New York crime dramas, complete with police tape, a trash can emitting smoke, and a baseball bat. In 2017, the band's first official photos were taken, including this legendary photo from the photo shoot, which they still use today. At the Meltdown Festival, an incident occurred where bassist Julie unfortunately dislocated his kneecap. Shortly before, he had painted panda eyes on himself and, as a joke, drew an inverted cross on his forehead, which remained hidden under the mask. The adorned artist found himself in the hospital with corpse paint and played the following gigs in a wheelchair. Julie's mask not only became a visual trademark, but also served as inspiration for the first merchandise. Meanwhile, hair grew back, and the band played additional performances. Drummer Robin decided to spend almost a year in England. For this period, the guys searched for a replacement drummer and a new rehearsal space. They found both in their friend Dan, who then and now drums for his band, Royal Remains. From that point on, the two bands shared a rehearsal space. A year passed, during which they played many gigs with Dan, but ultimately, Robin found his way back to the now permanently occupied new rehearsal space. This outfit was not coordinated. On the timeline, we head towards a globally challenging time, 2020. No one could anticipate that this performance would be the last for a long time. The pandemic not only prohibited live gigs, but also changed the way they practiced. Nevertheless, they used the time to create new recordings. They also shot a new video for the hit song, The Heist. For the first proper album, the band's appearance was to be altered. The logo, for example, became more mature, and new merchandise became available. They also participated in the Warsteiner Band Contest, where they were to cover a song by Electric Callboy and shoot a video. Due to a lack of time, they opted for a green screen video shot independently. The guys managed to reach the top 10 of the jury, and a nice package from Warsteiner was included. Thanks for that. After a long time and some challenges, the album Take a Ride was finally released, which was created during the pandemic. The years 2022-2023 were supposed to mark the golden years for the boys. Here, they celebrated several successes. In collaboration with Fridtjof's Körperkult Fitness Studio, abbreviated as FKK, they created a video for BraZing Bull's single Pump It Like Arnold. The guys also acquired fans bold enough to tattoo the band's logo on themselves. BraZing Bull also wrote the entrance song for the newcomer wrestler Yokai. The band moved away from the gangster image and instead emphasized a sense of community as reflected in a switch to jerseys. Impressive gigs followed, including a support gig at the Wacken Warm Up Show with Dog Eat Dog, participation in the Kiel Week alongside Avatar, and an opener slot at the Ackerbrand Festival, leading to a booking the following year for a later slot. In the meantime, the band designed a light show perfectly synchronized with the music. The pinnacle and conclusion of their 10-year journey is considered the performance at the Metal Hammer Paradise, an opportunity the guys could only seize thanks to the impressive support from their fans. BraZing Bull expresses gratitude to each and every individual for the exciting journey and the supportive encouragement. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Thank you very much on behalf of Tim, Robin, Juli der Ficker, der unbedingt Julian genannt werden will, OMG, was für eine Diva, Colin and Arne.